welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, we are here in Ul'dah in front of Mio of Immortal Flames, who has Call of the Wild from the Immortal Flames, because Call of the Wild can be started from any of the Grand Companies, and there might be slight changes between them. With my other character Serenia, I started in Gridania, but let's see how this starts. This quest unlocks when you have reputation with all beast tribes in A Realm Reborn complete. Lieutenant Klingor, tales of your exploits with the lizard man have been tearing through these halls like wildfire. The realm has no dearth of adventurers capable of cutting down a beastman or two, but those with the aptitude and inclination to pave the road to peace are few and far between. And you have come at a most opportune time. The Order of a Twin Adder has need of an able ambassador, and I can think of none more suited to the task. Our contact in Gridania is one Lieutenant Gavin. Seek him out of the Adder's Nest and he will brief you on the particulars of a mission. Okay, so he just sends you to Gridania then. This is an entire quest line. Lieutenant Gavin, wasn't he the one from the, from here, from the Carpenter's quest? No, he's different. This way. What I'd not give to hear of your adventures with a beastman over a flagon of meat. Yet I fear that more pressing matters demand our attention today. When you're ready for your briefing, simply say the word. Little Sylphs lost. Your zeal is most appreciated, friend. Allow me to delve straight to the matter at hand. We have received a most disturbing report from our contact in Little Solace, the esteemed scholar of sylphic mysteries by the name of Voyce. I could not make much sense of his missive, I dare say. I have seen chocobos with better crewmanship, but it would appear that the recent events have struck the fear of the gods into the man. What few sentences I could decipher specifically asked us to contact the Immortal Flames and sent for you, Desiree. It would seem that Master Voice was quite taken with your prior efforts on his behalf. It need not be said that any threat facing our sylph friends is potentially a threat to Gridania as well. Pray make for Little Solace and look into the matter that concerns Master Voice soul. Voice. Down there. What's this? A copy of a brief history of a Twelfth has been replaced by a tome detailing 240 varieties of beast confessors. Hi. Why, Desiree, whatever are you doing here? I sent for you? Now that you mention it, perhaps I did. What's the matter? What's the matter? You say a veritable pack of podlings pilfered from Little Solace while I was taking brief respite for my research. You must help me, friend. Why, were Elder Frixio to find out that this happened under my watch? This one would be entirely unsurprised. This one is heartened by Brave One's presence. If there is one thing that can be said for Bumbling One, it is that Bumbling One has strong and trustworthy friends. This one fears it is exactly as Bumbling One says. Little ones that these ones had raised with care, little ones soon to sprout to life. Gone. Every last one. As you well know, friend, podlings are the young sylphs in their pre-birth state. Why, it's no mere act of theft, but sylph napping of an unprecedented scale. Little ones are the future. Without little ones, there will be no one to carry on this one's vision of peace. The touched ones are behind this, no doubt. Having failed to capture the chosen one, now they would rear an entire generation of hateful, treacherous sylphs. We must stop them. And by we, I mean brave Desiree here. You will venture to the sylphs and rescue the little ones from the hands of the would-be kidnappers, yes? Yes, you must. Any traces of podlings? She looks, but does she see? Who's there? No, she does not. Otherwise she would not be looking where she's looking. That which you seek will not be found here, for this is not the idle mischief of malevolent sylphs, oh no. This is what the prelude to a dark and dastardly plot that threatens to shake Eorzea to its core. My name? You could call me Sylvie. But you have no occasion to do so, for I shall pursue our kidnapper, and you shall return and see to your own concerns. That is, if you know what's good for you. Farewell, friend. Our paths will not cross again. I must, hurry. Yes, hurry to Noscea, before tragedy strikes again. Was weird. Ah, there you are, friend. I trust you gave those nasty sylphs their due and returned the little ones to safety? What is that you say? It was not the touchstones that did the deed. It was a mysterious green-haired maiden that shared this knowledge with you. Whoever could be behind this unconscionable crime? Perhaps the answers lie in one of my tomes. On the medicinal properties of gobu fesses? Oh, this won't do at all. Whoa, woe is me. It would appear that there's more to the disappearance of the podlings than I originally suspected. But where to turn next? Allow me to apply the scientific method to analyze the situation. The girl Sylvie said that the touched ones were not responsible for the crime. As the sylphs of Little Solace would have no reason to kidnap their own, we can safely deduce that the perpetrator is not a sylph at all. Do you follow me thus far? You also say the girl mentioned Noscea and that she must travel there before tragedy strikes again. Good gods, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Pirates! Yes, those pirates have stolen the podlings to sell in the black markets. Those scurvy, thieving scoundrels. Fortunate for us all, I just so happen to have an acquaintance in the area, a colleague you could say. He is a naturalist specializing in maritime life. He goes by the name Gaston, primarily I suspect because that is his actual name. You likely find him at the Drowning Wench. He often said his ideas flow most readily after a pint of Baderon's best. Okay. Gaston. The seas are angry today, friend. The waves 10 spars high, if they're firm. You'll be staying in port if you know what's... Not a sailor, but an adventurer, you say? Sent by Voyce, you say? Limland take me a journey halfway across the realm in the hopes of ridding myself of that barnacle-brained lubber. Fortunately for you and your bungling friend, you've caught old Gaston in a good mood. So now tell me, what's that bloody fool gotten himself into this time? Is this supposed to tell me something? Then it looks like it was penned by a half-drunk chocobo. If you'd be so kind, spare me the headache and give me the details yourself. A mass kidnapping of baby sylphs, and that bloody Arthur thinks it was pirates what done the deed? That sounds just crazy enough to be true. I was at the docks not a few belts ago when I spied an unfamiliar face. The man had just acquired a vessel, it seemed, and if me ears heard true, it was looking to sail for a hearthstone amidst the fierce fog. A scholar with a face like mine ain't gonna be one to judge by appearances, but I didn't like the cut of a man's ship, if you gather me meaning. Mind you, I didn't speak to a believer myself. My son Robin had a few words with him, and didn't seem to enjoy the experience none. If you'd speak with him for yourself, you'll find him at the docks. Seems his adventure under the sea hasn't dampened his passion to follow his old man's footsteps. Hey, I remember you. You're the adventurer who returned that necklace to the nice fishman for me. Oh, that is you. You did return it, didn't you? They were so nice to me after all, I just had to do something nice for them too. Wonderful. I knew I could count on you. What's what you say? Father told you about some strange man at the docks? I saw him, I did. He was wearing some strange metal mask. At least, I hope it was a mask. It looked like a part of his face. He said he had a score to settle with North. North? North. Of course, I didn't remember until I saw your face, but the nice fisherman that saved me. One of them was named North, I'm sure of it. Are the nice fishermen in danger? But please tell me you go and make sure they're safe, and bring them this. Tell them it's a thank you gift from Robin. Ah, oranges. Psst. Are my eyes to be believed? Yes, Desiree returns. What brings my shore-walking spawning back to the clutch? Robin asked me to give this to you, and I come because of a strange man. Oranges? This is a true delight. Ever since the last batch you brought, my spawnlings clamor endlessly for more. A present from a finless child. This pleases me greater still. Yes, perhaps the new generation brings hope for peace between our peoples. Psh, Clutchfather, I need your counsel. Do you so quickly forget, Seth? A Sagin does not thresh against the currents. He is one with the water, flowing as it flows. Forgive me, Clutchfather, It's Bo, our youngest brother. What of him? He was spearfishing at Noscea Isle, and when he was gone, spirited away by a showwalker. Why? All I and my spawnlings seek is to live in peace. Desiree, you are the first finless one to prove yourself a friend to my clutch. I would ask you to accompany me to Moonshade Isle. I have no desire to turn my spear against the shorewalkers, but I shall defend my spawnlings with my life. Travel on ahead, friend. I shall swim along shortly. Right, mercenaries. Psst, over there. Do you see? Curses! While we had our fins full was Schmorfrey. He fled clear out to sea. Bo is among the youngest of us. His skills have not taken form, and his limbs have been bound by the Finnish one. If he is cast into the waters, he will drown like a shore walker. come for my child, finless one. So you have most impeccable timing, if I say so myself. Shave me, clutch driver. All too easy. Clutch driver, no! So much for the mighty Sargin. For all your prideful posturing, in the end you're not but beasts. Know your place and spare yourself any further suffering. Be strong, clutch driver. Your son comes for you. These waters are too deep for a shore walker. Leave a clutch driver's rescue to me. Return to the nursery and tell my spawn brothers to prepare to tend to his wounds. You're faster than I. Worry not this way. It is but a flesh wound, and worse have I suffered. No, it's the dishonor of having failed to protect my child that cuts truly deep. This masked showwalker who would steal my child from me, he will answer for his crimes. Yes, I must rest for a while. Desiree, you may lack for guilt, but you are as much my child as any of those I've spawned. It is as your clutch father that I now beseech your aid. I know not what the masked showwalker means to do with Bo, but I fear for the boy's life. I would leave this moment in pursuit, but I'm not young, and my wounds are slow to heal. My daughter, pray rescue your brother in my stead. There's a saying among our people: the shark that swallows a sardine will choke on its scales. Though my clash with the kidnapper might have appeared to be a one-sided affair, I assure you it was not entirely so. After I tumbled to the waves, I struck at the villain's skiff with my spear. Even in my weakened state, I was able to open a sizable hole in its bottom. The vessel will flood before long, if it has not already. The fiend will have no choice but to dock at the nearest port for repairs. There's only one suitable location in western Noscea. You will find our men at airport. Can be sure of it. Go forth, the strongest of my daughters. Your spawn brother's life hangs in the balance. Nothing unusual. Okay, this one. Again she comes unaware what she Again she comes unaware that what she seeks has already been swept away by the tide. This is Sylvie. Just couldn't leave well enough alone, could you, stranger? Ah, well, I suppose it matters little now. I know who it is you seek, for I seek him as well. I also know that our man left airport not bells ago, and none in town can speak as to his whereabouts. First he came for sylphs, then for Sargin. Yet it's clear enough, the wheels are in motion. They will not stop until every beast tribe has been crushed beneath. He must be stopped, and I will be the one to stop him. Who is that masked Mikoto? So you saw him as well? Clad all in black, with a face of metal, and that red eye burning in the darkness. They call him the Ebon Claw, as those who speak his birth name are said to be not long for this world. To what dark end he preys upon the beast tribes I cannot say, only that he cannot be allowed to continue. If you would know more of our quarry, seek out Badawon of the Drowning Wench. I must move quickly, before tragedy strikes again. Badawon, you know something about the Masked Mikoto? Well, with my favorite regular, Desiree. Have you come for a pint of our tale? May I have both? Bugger me with a spear and tell me you didn't just say what I think you said. I told you not to tell me that, Desiree. Just hearing those words sent a shiver up my spine. The Ebon Claw. Another job. Though I suggest you avoid speaking that name if you prefer your head attached to your body. One of the 5 deadliest saleswater in Noscea by my measure. Not that you're like to have heard of him, prefers to keep to the shadows, you see. Smuggling, assassination, extortion, the dirtier the job, the more it titillates the man. Believe it or not, he started out as an adventurer, not unlike yourself. Some reckon he'd be just the hero the realm was looking for him. But doing good didn't seem to satisfy him none, and it didn't take him long to turn to the dark side. You're strong and sure, less as I know, and that's why I give you this advice. Keep a wide berth of a man, and I'd hate to see you end up like... Which reminds me, there's someone stopped by the wench not long ago asking if I'd seen you about. An officer of a maelstrom, no less. I believe said his name was Trackrat? Burly bloke didn't share any details, but it seemed to matter some urgency. You'd best get along to Maelstrom Command and see what the fuss is. That was the guy who sent us on the Kobold quest. Thank the Navigator, just the woman I was looking to see. Remember Lieutenant Skerswith? No doubt? Aye, she leaves quite an impression. It would seem you left quite an impression on her as well. She asked for you specifically by name. It would seem that another storm is brewing at the 789th Order Dig, and she reckons she needs your steady hand to navigate through. As for the nature of a storm, that you'll have to hear straight from her. Guess our dear Mikoto jerk. Desiree, thought you'd never come. We've got a crisis on our hands, and I ain't just talking about your oversized spiritual aversion to anything resembling honest work. I tell you, after all you and I did to end Zoga's reign of terror, you'd think he'd make the slightest effort to raise his order from the arse end of Kobold society, wouldn't you? Well, you'd be wrong. But that's neither here nor there. The reason I wanted you goes beyond this lot of lounges. We've got a catastrophe facing all of Kobold kind. I'll tell you, these days it's out of a bomb's nest into the cauldron. What sort of crisis, you ask? Scores of kobolds from a mine just up and disappearing. Aye, one moment they're there and the next they're gone. Who or what could possibly be responsible for this? I have an idea. A serial Beastman kidnapper. Aye, the rumors from the Shroud and Noscea haven't escaped me ears. Beastmen spirited away from their homes, but one question remains. Why? From the sound of it, you've already done some investigating on your own. I see what I can get out of Gigu and the rest of his laggards. What say you survey the scene of a crime? Word has it that an inspection team from 175 were ambushed right from the heart of a kobold dig. The 170 miles is a friendly lot. You remember, BB? No doubt? I reckon they won't be stingy with information. did he take BB? Where? BB is gone? Could be good. It stinks. Bounce here stinks. I set my strongest bombs against him, but I could do nothing. No, nothing. I saw it all. Yes, I did. He grabbed BB by one arm, pressed steel against her neck. It was too much to watch, too distressing, too painful, too much. I was too scared, yes, too cowardly to come out of hiding. But the overdweller girl, yes, the girl with green hair, she chased him, followed him, pursued him, chased him out to the south. Okay. Sylvie? That doesn't look good. Classes, he's too... Ah! Don't touch me. I can stand on my own. My deductions were flawless. I knew the kobolds were next. I waited to strike, and yet I could do nothing. Another jab. The ebb and claw. I should have known I would be no match for that monster. My strength wanes. At this rate, I shall be... I must go. Who is this overdweller girl? What she's doing here? And where can Gigu go to nap in peace? Quiet, silence, peace. Ah, how bloody hell should I know? Quit your blubbering, the poor lass is wounded. Worry not for me, please. You must stop him. There's a jab, the ebb and claw. Sword to the underworld. And yet he's but a blade for hire. No another pulls the strings. Enough, less. Save your strength. He must be stopped. Ixel, Amalja. No beast trap is safe. Is she dead? Expired? Perished? Dead? Oh, no. This cannot be. Bring my pickaxe. Gigu shall give the overdweller a proper burial. Fool, she's not dead, but you will be if you don't stop your bloody whining. The girl still lives, but she'll need a healer and a clean bed, neither of which she will find here. I see her to Camp Overlook. Does the overdweller imply that we are unclean? Gigu takes umbrage at your remark. Offense, insult, umbrage. Why, Gigu took a bath just last year. Yes, he did. Why not for the girl? She'll be safe at Camp Overlook. Our priority now should be rescuing BB from her kidnapper. My beloved BB was kidnapped? Why, yes, why didn't you tell me sooner? What is the ransom? Gigu has 2 chunks of ore and a handful of sulfur. Somehow I don't think that'll be enough. Besides, I have a feeling it ain't just witches our man's after. It would seem poor BB's life is at stake. Again. We need to move quickly, Desiree. I need you to share with me anything and everything you know of a man, and we get to the bottom of this together. If we're to have any hope of saving poor BB, we have to move quickly. Let's put our minds together. What can we deduce about the kidnapper's means of escape? You found poor Sylvie collapsed in front of a sheer cliff face, with no way out save that which he came. It was there that the scoundrel's footprints led you. It was there that they ended. There's only one direction our man could have fled, and that's up, which leads us to our next question. Just how? I got my theory, but what about you? An airship. Aye, it's the most logical conclusion. Access to an airship would afford our men a quick and easy escape route. If any suspicious vessels took off from the cobalt dig, I can promise you it wouldn't have escaped the eye of Commander Blurden. To Camp Overlook, and quickly. While you're there, might you pay a visit to the last Sylvie as well? Loath as I am to disturb her rest, I reckon she too might have some knowledge to share. Well, look what Tide brought in. Let me guess. Scat's got you running her errands, has she? I figured as much. She's never been one to pay much mind to the convenience of others. Why, not long ago she came rushing in here with a poor lass who looked like she was on her last leg. Does this look like an infirmary? Barely enough beds for my own wounded. She's lucky we had an empty tent. She's been resting in there ever since. I sent one of my men to bring her some food earlier, but she's been refusing all visitors. Shy one, reckon. But she's not going to heal if she doesn't eat, and we can't keep her there forever. Huh? Suspicious airship. Come to think of it, one of my lookouts did say something about an unidentified vessel taken to the sky. Didn't appear to be a threat, so we elected not to pursue. It flew off to the east over the Strait of Malta toward Eldenard. As for its final destination, your guess is as good as mine. Sylvie speaks from within the tent, her voice faint. Please, no one must enter. No one. Desiree? Is that you? Do not worry. My wounds already heal. Forgive me, when we first met, I dismissed your aid. I was a fool. Why, I'm weak. You are strong. But it's more than strength. Your heart is full of acceptance and understanding. It is this that has won you the trust of Beastman the realm over. Yes, there can be no doubt. You're the champion we seek. The champion we need. We are no match for the Ebb and Claw, but you are. You must put an end to his plot before everything is lost. You will strike at the XIV next, I'm certain of it. You must hurry. Hurry to Ekatel, and lend Chief Totolok your aid. I know that you have no reason to trust me, but I have not even told you who I am. I'm sorry, Desiree. There are some secrets a girl must keep. But I promise you one thing. I'm a friend. I shall share the truth with you before long. I promise. For now, I beg of you, please. Please trust me. Help me. Okay, the XIV next.